Hi, hello. In today's video, I am animating again. I made a series of these short little animations to put in my new intro. I thought I'd just make it more fun and like silly. And I made a bunch of I made references to two Vocaloid, really old Vocaloid videos, or technically one of them's a Utaloid video because it's Teto. And yeah, that's all these animations are referencing to, like this animation of the flowers jumping, which I ran through a bunch of different sketching of ideas. I have originally little trash cans because I'm a raccoon, but I ended up going with the flowers because I wear a little flower crown now, and drawing the flowers with legs just made me chuckle. These little flowers jumping up and down is in reference to the Teto territory. There's a part where it's like, I like baguettes, and then these baguettes just start jumping up and down on the screen, and it's really silly. And I was like, I like baguettes, or I like flowers, so I recreated that little animation with the little flowers. This only took me actually about 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, okay, more like an hour to animate, because it's literally just 2 frames copy pasted. But it was a lot of fun because it's so goofy. Drawing the little flowers jump up and down. It took me a second to realize like how they were jumping to orient to make it look like they were like jumping forward. But once I figured that out, it was easy. I also made sure to have the flower petals have some sort of physics. Even though it is only 2 frames, the flower petals would like have an impact of going down with the gravity and then flinging back up when they jump back up. So I made sure to add that in there. Even though this animation is far from realism. And then I made the background this kind of like terracotta-y orangey color because I thought it complemented the cool colors and the warm color of the yellow really well, because the flowers are this really light shade of purpley, almost like a purple white, like a pearl color. And I thought the orange would complement it. And then here's a little animation. I really like it. It's so silly. Anyway, also, this will be the last time you'll be seeing my old intro. And then I'm not sure I'm going to edit all these little clips together to make an intro, but I'll figure it out. The next animation I did was a reference to another. It was I can't remember the name. No! Here. Go. My best friend. I just have to look at my search history. Yeah. It was like called Silly Fuck. It went like Triple Baka. There we go. That's the name. And I made a reference to there's a little part where Miku just going yeah, and I was like, that's so silly. I really want to reanimate that. That's also why the animations are in drastically different styles, is because I was copying the way it was rendered, the rendered style of both of these. Like, this animation is way more polished than the other two, but that's because the animation of Miku doing that was a lot more polished. The line art was pretty clean, and the colors were they weren't in the line. You can tell it was like animated and then line arted and then colored with a bucket tool, rather than just sloppily colored on there like I did with the flowers or the baguettes in Teto territory. You can tell they're a little messy, but I think it's also charming. I'm not gonna lie, messy animations are very charming to me. I think having a little bit of a flaw just kind of adds character to little animations like these. But it's kind of different for shows because you want that polishedness for like a TV show, or like cute little animations like these are just fun to play around artistically for this one, but this one was a lot more clean. I had to pull up myself a lot for I do need to make a rough sheet for myself. That might be the next priority I have on my list, is to make myself a new rough sheet. But other than that, I had a lot of fun. It's just literally my character going me. I love the little face. It's so cute. I made sure to keep the same facial expression that Miku had in that little part because I thought it was so cute. So there's like a smile, it's smiling while going like yeah, 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 yeah. I think it's so cute. And then I put and subscribe next to it because I've decided that I'm gonna keep that in my intros because I always forget to say it in my videos. But yeah, once I get to do I'm gonna edit the audio after this video because I'm still not sure how I'm gonna piece all of these dumb little animations together. I do love all of them though. Yeah, once I got done with the sketch, I did the line art. For this, I want to shoot myself for adding only one braid on one side for these animations because a lot of them I just flip them, but when you flip them, the braid switches sides, which is an animation error that's not even being sloppy, it's just being lazy. So I had to erase and then redraw draw over where the braid should be, and then erase and draw where the braid shouldn't be, which was a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna change it. I still like the little braid. I think it's cute. If this is my ideal haircut because it's so cute, especially with the big braid. Even though my hair is not thick enough in real life to have such a big fluffy braid. But yeah, once I did that, the next animation I did was my original idea for what I wanted to have in one of my intros, and it's because it's really funny. It's in triple bunka and it's Teto going and doing this stupid little dance. It's so silly, and I wanted to add that into one of my intros for about a year or two, but I was always kind of too lazy to do it, even though it's the simplest animation ever. So I finally did it because I was adding a bunch of stupid animations for my intro. They're silly. But that's the next animation. It only took me like an hour because it was like just mostly because what I learned with these little animating sequences like this, I think this is why animation memes were so popular, was that especially if it's like a turning dancing motion, dancing sequences can be really easy, especially when it's just a standing character just like bobbing side to side like this, or like moving one arm and then moving the other, because all you have to do is all you really have to animate is one side of it, and then you can flip it. And even then, when I had to erase the braid, I already knew what I was going to put there, so it was really easy to create that illusion of movement for these little dancing sequences. A lot easier than when my first intro, where I was just like going like frame by frame. I will say this, I do like this intro a lot more because it's more polished, even though I do like the animation from my old intro, or I guess current at the moment, the black and white one. I think it's cute because I do animatics and animations in that style. My Calypso animatics series that I will eventually write up. I really like the black and white style. I think with slight pops of color, I think it adds, and I also think it's nice to have that pop of color for the magic essence to like really hammer the point home that like magic is like unique. The next thing I did was I looked back at my ribbons and I realized the blush didn't have line art on it, and so I fixed that and I added in the blush without line art, and then I started to color pick. I eventually had color picked and I saved my color palette to my palette, so I didn't have to keep on bringing up a reference picture. I colored it wrong the first time. I accidentally used the white instead of the light pink skin tone because my character was just this like pale color for so long, but now that I've made her more of a pinky pink, she's just straight up pink now because I thought it looked more like a robot, because I'm a robot now. Boop boop. I also changed the color of the blush because I thought it, even though in the reference it's light pink, it looked like the same skin tone as the skin color I use, so I changed it to a red so that it would look more like actual blush. And then I colored everything, and then once I was done with that, I popped in my normal video background for videos, which is the sunflower field I use now, and I added in a picture, or not picture, a like text that says "can subscribe." Oh yeah, and then I added eyebrows because I forgot to add eyebrows. because I didn't realize the reference had eyebrows. The reference also had one single highlight and no other shading, and to keep true to that, to the reference I was using, or the thing I was referencing for the silly little dance I was doing, I kept it the same, where it was just the white streak of that one highlight and no other shading, which made my life easier. And then I typed in and subscribe, because this is a slightly cleaner animation, so I used typing instead of what I usually do, where I just write with my hand. And then once everything was together, I tested the animation and I liked it. After that, I started looping it a little bit more so the animation would be a little bit longer, because this is a looping animation, which I'm just gonna say it's my specialty now. I don't know if I'll ever animate anything that's looping, because it's so simple and you can just make it longer by doubling the sequence. For the next one, it is a little dance I was referencing earlier. I was having such a fun time doing the little sketches. It did take me a minute to realize how to do the little dance. I still don't think I fully did it correctly, but it's pretty damn close, because the little dance, she squats her whole body down, and she shoots back up, and it's like... So I tried replicating that, fixing my proportions. I was drawing this really late at night, which probably did not help the quality of it, but that kind of adds to the silliness of it. Because most of or 2 out of the 3 of these are not really serious. They're just silly. Technically they are serious because they're for my YouTube channel, but the idea is they're supposed to be silly. So I kept them silly. I also forgot what my character's full outfit was. I forgot what kind of pants I gave them, so I just gave them shorts with a yellow and green patterning on them. So yeah. And then I added in the braid, and then I animated one side, and then I flip it, and then do the other. But yeah, pop, pop, pop. And then I added in the little facial expression. I try to make it similar to the one that Teto has. It's so silly. We just the little triangle mouth and squares. I'm sorry, looking at it's just making me laugh because it's just so silly. I love it. Yeah, and then after I got done drawing the cardigan, I realized, oh wait, what kind of shorts did I give myself? And then I remembered, oh wait, my Sona doesn't have a belly button anymore because she's a robot. And so I added in the markings that I usually have. And then I continued. Coloring this thing, it was difficult. I didn't use the bucket tool because in the animation I was referencing was sloppy coloring because it was a sketchy little memey little dance. And so I just replicated that. So all I did was an initial that messy sketch with no detail, and then a more detailed sketch over that with no line art, and then I just colored it. They used a pencil brush when drawing it out in the initial animation, but I don't really care for pencil brushes anymore. I like my smooth brush. It makes me happy. So I just stick with my smooth brush that I always have. But yeah, once I did that, I flipped it, and then I had to fix the braid and I just fixed the braid because no one's gonna notice if now that I pointed it out, everyone's gonna notice the moon's backwards on the belly button, but the idea was that no one should notice that because it's so, yeah. I also forgot to give myself paneling to represent joints on the hip area of my Sona. I forgot I gave myself that. I'm happy I made myself that little naked reference, which sounds so silly because that sounds weird, but I'm so happy I made it so I remembered where all my markings were. Definitely, because if not, I would have forgotten where my markings were and I wouldn't have added those. For this animation, it shows the part of my legs. And I do actually really like the markings, they're cute. It really sells the robot part because I really want to communicate the robot part of my redesign. So yeah, once I got done flipping it, I added in the colors, which again, I just put in the colors I usually use, and then I made the eyes, instead of a white, I made them yellow to reflect my new eye color to be yellow. But yeah, once I got done animating the back and forth sequence, I went back and forth about how I was going to connect the two, and I added in a weird connecting frame that I ended up hating. And then I figured out if I where the two animations where I'm standing up straight, if I put them next to each other and then descend them and then resend the animation of going down and then put it back in time where it's going up and then put it back to standing up and then do the same thing with the frames over and over again, that it would like work properly. So yeah, that's what I ended up doing after some trial and error. And then I started coloring. After coloring, that was it. But and when I was coloring it, I was trying to be mindful that I was going off of this silly, messy animation. So I made sure to make it not really purposely messy, but like messy, like just a little fun, a lot less clean than my last animation. And not like as serious, because this one was just a silly little... I'm not sure what kind of audio I want to use for my intro just yet. I was thinking about, I think Teto is free, so I was thinking about getting Teto and making Teto do the for this one sequence of the little dance, so I can't get copyrighted or anything. But I'm not sure yet, depending on how hard Teto is to use. After coloring everything, that was basically it. At the very end of the video, you'll get to see the final animation for this part. I really like it. I'm really happy about how the animation turned out. I think it's super cute. It's super fun. But yeah, stick around until the end, until the last animation plays. I'm sorry this video is a little bit longer than normal, but also this is a little bit off topic. Sorry, I ran out of things to talk about these animations because they're all just silly little meme animations, and I know, like, I was basically repeating myself 3 times. But and then I moved the animation over and I put "for watching" to add a little message, but I wrote it instead of typing it because I wanted it to be less clean, for that like same stylistic effect, of the dance and of the animation I was referencing as like a joke. I like to just be silly and fun. I didn't trace any of these. I should probably mention that too. I would never. I was just referencing and saying how each frame moved, so I knew how to move my own frames to make sure I was getting it right. But I didn't trace. I don't really trace ever unless it's like my own art or my own pictures. Like I've traced like pictures of my own hand before, but it's my own hand. I own my hand. But yeah, we're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm really excited. I'm not sure what you guys want to do for it. Comment below. Maybe I can do some sort of like giveaway, or like maybe I could try another art competition. I'm not too sure. The last one kind of flopped really bad, and I'm really sorry about that. Or I can like maybe try to stream or something, or do like a 1,000 subscribers live stream. Just comment if you're interested in something something you would want me to do for that, because I am getting pretty close and I'm really excited because I've been working towards this goal for like almost 3 years now. So yeah, or actually I think it's been 3 years. I don't know what time is. But yeah, if you like the art in this video, like and subscribe, and if you're already liked and subscribed, comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Just